should say. It's 6 p.m.
Evening.
I know, I always get this confused.
Well, it's morning for Charlene, I guess.
I know, Charlene's joining us. Charlene, we miss you. Where are you, girl? Come back. It is enough vacation time. Not Andrew.
Not Andrew.
Well, hello, NOG. How's it going?
I'm alive.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's been a good day. It's good days.
Yeah?
Yes.
Busy? Had a good weekend?
Yeah.
Busy weekend? Yeah.
Preached at church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
That was a good sermon this weekend. It was really good. We're actually going to talk about a little bit of it.
It's been interesting, like to see how our talks have been aligning with everything we have been talking at church. Without
even planning it. Yeah. We didn't even plan it because we had all these topics, guys, just so you know. All these topics have been chosen a year and a half in advance, and then all of a sudden it's aligning this for sure. But I'm so excited for this subject today. It's one of the subjects that I have to say, for me as a person, has been really, really hard.
Why?
Because today we're going to talk about taming your tongue. Oh my goodness. Holding your tongue. How hard is it to hold your tongue?
Yeah, it's not easy.
It is not easy. Yeah. It is one of the hardest things for me because I love talking.
No, you don't. Lies. You don't like it.
I know. But I had to learn to choose how to talk, what to say, have the wisdom to it, and then actually process it before answering anybody else. You know the funny part is, because yesterday you were preaching, and so was Pastor Max, and you guys were talking about exactly this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
It has a lot to do with this.
A lot to do with this. And it's really cool to see how important it is to your family, your relationships, your life, just in general, everything you do in life, holding your tongue and how you say it, what to say in the right time and the right moment can really change the situation.
And you will change every single thing because
completely.
Yeah, just so you know, we were talking about communication yesterday at church.
Yeah.
And it has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today. And what we are going to talk about today, just introduce this.
So we are going to talk about taming your tongue. So I want to start out with a Bible verse.
Go for it. Right?
Proverbs 21:33 says, "Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity."
You did it, yeah. There you go.
I practiced that word, everyone, before I actually I was like, wait.
Just 5 times.
5 times I said it, but I was like, why am I saying this word so wrong?
Calamity, yeah, there you go. Okay.
So what does calamity mean? It is ascended damage or distress and disaster. So those who guard their mouths keep themselves from damage. Watch your language, watch your mouth, watch what's coming out so you don't damage what's coming out of your mouth. You know, when I read something really, really interesting, we always have a choice when we speak, right? God has given us an incredible freedom to choose our words. Isn't that interesting? We do have the freedom of will, but we also have the freedom of choosing our words wisely. Yeah. And some of us, we can do words that bring in darkness, and we can use words that bring on light, right? Sure. And so it all depends on how you are carrying yourself, what you're feeding yourself. And what I mean, I don't mean feeding yourself with actual food, but spiritual food. What are you feeding yourself that's making either come out darkness or light from your mouth? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So one of the things that I really, really, really am learning is that when you are speaking, you always want to speak out of love. Yeah. You always want to speak out of peace. You always want to speak good things. You want to speak positive things because those things are going to actually bring back good things back to you. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that, right? Yeah. A lot of people just decide to speak whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want, and they don't understand the words that are coming out of their mouth has power. I want to repeat this. The words that are coming out of your mouth daily, every single day, has so much power. because you are not just saying it, but you're also listening it. So if you are saying things that are dark and things that are bad, and you're putting yourself down or you're putting somebody down, the first person that's listening to is yourself, because you're coming out of your mouth and it's coming back to your ears.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really important to guard your mouth, your words. And I was thinking about this because we talk about this a lot with the youth, is the bad words, right? The cussing,
exactly.
the repeating stuff that actually does not make anything better.
Yeah, and like there is a big reason why we try to teach them not to cuss and not to fall into that into that habit,
right?
Because even the Bible itself says that we must keep any unholy talk from our tongues.
Yep.
So it includes that as well,
right?
It's
right.
anything that can put that can put somebody down, that can kill somebody in a certain way,
right?
Because
you can totally bring somebody down with one word. You can destroy everything. Everything you've built up. Absolutely. You can destroy, and that goes with the relationship with families, with husband and wives, that goes with work, that goes with every single thing in life. It's so funny because have you noticed when you like are walking down the street and you smile someone and you receive a smile back, or maybe you just say hello in a certain way and somebody mimics that hello at that same atmosphere, like hello, like kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about this, and your mood, how you're your bad mood, your good mood really affects the words that come out of your mouth.
Absolutely. And I was just revisiting yesterday notes that I have for my message, and there is a passage in also in Colossians 4:6 that says, "Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer to everyone." So there is there is a seasoning that we have to put in our words.
Yeah.
So it's not just answering whatever comes to our mind, but we have to stop,
right?
Thinking, because
process it.
Yeah, no, it's easy because when you think about seasoning something, seasoning with salt, for example, when you're cooking, you'd not just throw it there.
No.
So you take your time.
You put a little bit salt.
Yes,
you put a little
season
pepper. You put a little
exactly.
butter, and you put that taste to it.
Exactly, because you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. So that takes practice.
It does.
It does.
It
take
really
practice.
does. And one other thing that we talk about this on a daily basis is that be careful what it's coming through your eyes.
Yeah.
Because whatever your heart is full is what you are going to be speaking.
It's funny because the word says that our eyes, they are kind of the windows of, well, that I have to actually quick research, because I don't remember if that's a saying or that's actually in the Bible. I
Really?
kind of, because it says that no, that's a saying that says that the eyes is the window of our soul.
Right.
So I would say that the eyes is the window of our inner self.
Right.
Because whatever we see, it comes inside to
right.
us. Right.
And it's not just what we're seeing, but what we're watching, what we're doing, all those kind of things. So we have to be careful what we are bringing into our lives and what we are reading into our lives. It's one of those things that we don't really think about it, right? Because we're just like, I'm just going to watch this show. Oh, I'm just going to read this book. And without realizing, you start putting that stuff and that root in your heart, and you start acting it, you start speaking it, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what just happened? How did I just respond to that? Why did I answer that?
Yeah.
Have you ever like stopped
Yes,
and really
yeah.
think about it?
Yeah, because actually the word that I was seeking, it's a different one.
Yeah.
It's like the eye is the lamp of the body.
Yeah.
So I kind of got confused there. But
you got excited. You got excited
I
because
did.
it came to your mind. And you're like, yes.
I did. So I kind of confused the saying with the word. But what you were saying there, it's very important, because we have to be careful, because the Bible also says that we will whatever comes out of us, it's what it's inside. So that's why the writer, like he said, that we should be careful what we're putting in our hearts.
Yes.
Because our tongues, our mouth will speak what's inside of our heart.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
And that's exactly what it says in Psalms 141:3 says, set a guard over your mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't it? It's so, even in Psalms it says that, like, keep
Set a
guard
over my mouth. Yes.
over my mouth,
Yeah.
my lips, because the tongue is a very, very sharp tool
Oh yeah.
that it can be used to destroy or to build.
The Bible also says that.
Yeah. And then so, like, you got to be wise.
Yeah.
And you got to be wise when your mouth is running. Well, I'm not saying, of course, we all get mad, we all get angry, we all have conversation, we have discussions, but process the words. Make sure it's going through your head for a second before it comes out of your mouth. Because there are words that you can't take back.
Yep.
There are things you cannot take back.
Actually, none of them.
None of them.
None of them.
None
Once
of
it's
them.
out, it's out.
And your mouth has power.
Yeah.
Your words have power.
Absolutely.
Not specifically your mouth, but the words that coming out of your mouth has power. And whatever you are saying it, sometimes that person that's listening to it, even yourself, you are going to believe it.
Yeah, okay. I want to say something about
Yes,
that one.
I knew you were going to say something, but you were waiting for me to like
Yes.
say that, right?
Yes, I was. Because on my seminary, just this last trimester that thank God ended. Oh,
Yes,
praise God.
you're in summer vacation. Oh,
Yes, I am.
Yay.
But one of my professor, he said something that was very interesting. That it's not wrong for us to pray in silence, like we in our minds. It's
Right.
not wrong for
Right.
us, like when we are in a place, for example, that we cannot actually pray.
Pray out loud.
But
yeah.
but
Yeah.
like we pray in the spirit, it's not wrong. That's not wrong. But we shouldn't get into the habit of praying just
In the
spirit. We have to say it out loud.
Yes.
Because like sometimes when we speak it out loud, it will generate faith in our hearts.
Yes.
So even in our week of prayer, I was always like pushing this, go to your corner, but don't stay silent.
Yeah,
Right
I
now
remember you
have
saying
to
that to
put
the
it,
church.
yeah, say it out loud. Say
Yes.
something.
Yes,
Because
even
the power,
if you're quiet in yourself, like even like if you're like, oh, dear Heavenly Father, you're whispering it, but you're still saying it.
Yes.
No one needs to hear every single detail of that prayer, but you do. It has power. It
Yeah, it
carries
does.
another different weapon. I feel
Absolutely.
like when I pray out loud, it gives me strength to continue praying. It gives me strength to keep going. It gives me strength to believe it. It gives me faith to just stay there and actually understand what God is doing. Isn't that crazy?
That's
And that's like the power of speaking out loud. It's fine when you speak in your mind. I go throughout my day, and we talked about this in group on Friday. We talked about this on group on Saturday, and I was telling the girls, I was like, pray nonstop, every time, all the time. Keep praying. Sometimes pray out loud. And I want to let you guys know that you're at home. If you don't know what to say during prayer time, and you're like, what am I gonna do? I don't have nothing to say.
Just say,
sit
yeah.
in silence. Just thank God. Thank
Stay
you.
still.
Thank you for my family. Thank you for my house. And then if you're done saying, just sit still and like God. I was like, God, I just want to sit here in your presence, and I just want to hear from you. Right? Because sometimes we talk too much to God.
Yeah.
We ask too much. We're just like, give me this, do this, open door here, do that. And sometimes we just also forget to listen in that moment. So it is important to also understand when to open your mouth, how to open your mouth, what to say when it's coming out of your mouth. The words that are coming out, are they bringing destruction? Are they bringing hope? Are they bringing peace? Are they bringing faith? Are they lifting a person up? Are they lifting you up? The other thing I want to point out, and this just came to my mind. I didn't even write this down. You know how sometimes you have that conversation in your head and you're quiet, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes this happens to me a lot, and I'm praying in my head and I'm like, Father, just, would you just come into this place right now? And sometimes I'm in my head and then all of a sudden this thought goes, you're not good enough. You're not enough. And you're thinking that and you start to feel that. Dude, hold on to those good thoughts. Say, God, take these thoughts away. At that moment, speak it. No, these thoughts don't belong to me.
Yeah.
These thoughts don't belong to me. And I've learned to say this. I used to be a very negative person, remember?
Yeah.
I used to be very negative.
true.
I used to be very down all the time. I used to speak only sadness. It was so bad. When I thought about taming my tongue and thinking about this subject, I used to speak words of so sadness and I put myself down so much. And then I started learning about the power of my tongue, and I started with affirmation words and believing and speaking it until I learned to have that in my heart. And when you don't have anything to say and it's going to sound bad, just keep your mouth quiet until you are actually ready to say good things.
Yeah.
You can
say nothing.
Say nothing. You can correct someone with love. You can grab someone's attention that they're not doing something right with love. You can always say something positive with correction. Believe it or not, you don't always have to go, you did this, you did that. No. I think next time when you approach this situation, you can correct someone, your children, your family, your friends, anyone at work, your colleague, with good wording.
Absolutely. And that's where the seasoning comes in.
Yes.
That's where the
salt
seasoning.
there's right there.
Yes, that's where the seasoning comes in.
I agree.
Because you cannot talk to someone on a way that for example, if I want to talk to you and try to bless you somehow, there is no way that I can do it if even my tone it's not on the same message that I'm trying to send it to you.
Right.
So if I want to bless your life, even the way that I speak needs to be corresponding to what I'm saying.
Exactly.
To you.
And a lot of people probably are thinking like, how were you able to bring words of affirmation? How were you able to be so kind for yourself so you can be kind to others, so you can be positive, so you can be someone good, and every time you do even correction, it comes out good instead of bad? I'm going to tell you right now, pray, ask God for awareness of your mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Pray, asking God for awareness of your mouth. Ask him, God, give me awareness of what's coming out of my mouth. Give me awareness what the words that I'm speaking. Even the things you are watching or reading or singing, whatever it is, God, give me awareness. If this is not good for me, if this is not good for my heart, this is not good for my mind, these are not good for my eyes, give me awareness. Bring me awareness. Ask God. Like, don't just sit there and like, no, I gotta be better, but you're not doing anything about it. No, ask God. God, would you just show me? Remember, I used to watch a couple of shows. I'm not even going to name them. It doesn't need a name. I used to watch a couple of shows and you keep saying, babe, these shows are not good for you.
Yeah.
Because then you get angry and you get upset really fast. And it wasn't until I actually started praying about it. God, give me awareness. What am I doing? Why am I acting like this?
Yeah.
Why am I saying this? And now, like, I'm so like completely free from it. Yeah. Even when I speak it, I try to be positive. I joke around with things and we can joke around with stuff. But when you are speaking serious things, honestly, bring the words that are peaceful. Bring the words that are pure, not words that's going to bring or tear somebody down. Yeah. You can destroy somebody's life with one word.
Just with words.
One with words.
Completely, you can.
Even your children, even your spouse, your coworker, you don't know what anybody's dealing with. And your words can make or break that person's day. And that words can make or break your day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you are also saying it out loud to you. Everything that comes out of your mouth, you are the first person to hear it again.
Yes, on on that sense of, like knowing what to say and when to say.
Mm-hmm.
So Proverbs 25:11 says, the right word spoken at the right time, it is as beautiful as gold apples
Wow.
in a silver bowl.
Yeah.
So when we know what to say, when to say, or even when to not say anything
Yes.
and just shush,
Yeah.
it is a beautiful thing.
It is.
It is a beautiful thing.
It really
And it is
is.
hard.
Yeah.
It is hard, especially when not to say something.
Yes.
So it is important for us to learn any and everything as far
Right.
as when to say nothing and when to say something.
Right.
When to tame our tongues.
Yes.
Like when to just be quiet or when to say something.
Yeah.
It is important for us.
And
to
it's
learn
not going to happen overnight.
that. No,
This
it's
is
not.
something you have to work on day to day,
Yeah.
every day. And there are going to be days you're going to be able to tame it better than others. And there's days you are going to have a really hard time because everybody's testing you.
Mhm.
But those are the days that you got to try the hardest. Those are the days you got to ask God, I need you to come right now and just please
Change
help me
everything.
change everything, change my train of thought, change how I'm speaking, change how I'm acting, just ask for like that, change at that moment, because honestly, all of it that comes out will make your whole life change. And the other thing I want to bring up is that our mouth has the power to plant the seed, right?
Mhm.
And that seed, when you plant, depending on what the words you're bringing and what you are bringing to the table, when it's time to collect those crops, all of a sudden you're collecting crops and you're like, wait, why does it come with so much pain? Why does it come with so much anger? Why is it coming with so much hate? It's because when you were planting the crops, you did it with hate. You did it with anger. You did it with a pain in your heart. And that's when you collect it, you're collecting it that way. And a lot of people don't
Interesting.
understand
Yeah.
that why is someone speaking to me this way? Why am I getting treated this way? Well,
It's the biblical principle of you reap what you sow.
exactly.
It is a principle that we cannot move
Yes.
from it.
And that means with your children, with your husbands, with your friends,
Everything.
with your family, with your parents, with everyone. And people don't understand that. Some people just goes, why is she, of course there are times that there's nonsense people that talk nonsense stuff. I'm not saying all the time.
Yeah.
But when you are in a right walk, and all of a sudden you don't understand what's happening, and those words that are coming to you and to bring destruction to your life, right? To disaster, and you're like, why is this person speaking to me like this? At one point in my life, I did a lot of speaking negative, and there were times that I didn't understand why it was being thrown back at me until I actually stopped and said, God, what is happening here? Bring me to, why is this happening? Where did I miss? What did I miss here? Where's the awareness that I didn't pay attention to? And it's so funny that all of a sudden it brought me back to a long time ago, what I planted. And so be careful with your words. Be careful with your tongue. The tongue has power.
A lot.
And it will destroy or it will build. And it's your choice how you choose it.
Yeah.
You can choose it to build. You can choose it to destroy.
And you can destroy it really easy when you complain a lot.
Yes, because you're just over and over and over complaining about every single thing.
Yeah.
A grateful tongue. I'm not even gonna say a heart, because it's if you're complaining so much, that means your heart is ungrateful right now. You're not being grateful for the things you have. So because it's coming out of your mouth, so you must not be grateful.
Yeah.
A grateful heart really goes a long way, and it moves mountains.
Yes,
it helps
does.
you
It
to the
moves a lot.
deserts.
It moves. Yeah.
And really cures a lot of stuff. Even with forgiveness, the tongue with forgiveness, it's really big.
Yeah, because it will it will pretty much break every kind of bondage, any kind of, a prison that you are in. Sometimes when we are not, you're saying about being grateful and releasing forgiveness with our tongue, with our mouth. When we are in that cycle of being stuck, sometimes because our heart is so full of anger, and like we just have that kind of revengeful heart, because we have so much hate, something that is inside of us, and that something sometimes is the lack of forgiveness. When we forgive, we are opening up our lives to God's blessing for us too.
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
we pray, God, forgive me as I have forgiven others.
Right.
And that comes with the power of the tongue, like with the power of your mouth, of your words.
Yes.
Because you have to say out loud, you know what? I decide right now to forgive so and so, to let it go of the past and start moving on with my life.
Yeah. And I wanna leave today with this.
Already?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know. It's a short one, but it's a nice one, you know? It's a short one.
It's too fast.
I know.
I still have a lot of things in my mind.
Oh, you do? You want to share? I know you don't. I want to leave today with this. Dedicate your heart, your mind, your soul, everything to God. So everything that comes out of your mouth come as pure as it needs to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add today?
Yes, I want to leave with a verse.
You want to leave with a verse?
Yes, James 1:19 and 20.
Ooh, I love James.
Says this, my dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because human anger does not produce the righteousness of God desires. So let's all be, we have one mouth and two ears for a reason.
Yes.
This saying is just perfect.
It is perfect.
We have to say nothing and hear
listen more.
And listen more.
Yeah.
Listen more. So yeah, let's tame our tongues.
Tame our tongues. Thank you, NLG.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It was great to have you. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week at 6 p.m.
Absolutely. We'll see you all next week.
See
God
ya.
bless you all. Bye.